This is the Chicken Sniper's Guide to Diablo 3, starting in Old Tristram Road.
Fear and death. The fallen star is near.
The primary enemy type of this particular area is Undead Risen and their bigger cousins Walking Dead, along with the command units, the Wretched Mothers. You'll also find a couple of quill beasts in here doing ranged damage. None of these guys should be of any concern to you at pretty much any level. You should only be concerned about it on Nightmare and above difficulty, because that's the part where they're actually trying to kill you. On normal difficulty, all the units I described are level 1 except for the Wretched Mothers, which are level 2. On Nightmare difficulty, all enemies are level 31. On Hell difficulty, all enemies are level 51. On Inferno, they are all level 61.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the
There's a couple of hidden experience points in this level. For instance, in Leah's room, there is a diary that will frequently refresh after you complete actions in the storyline. In Deckard Cain's house, there is a book that Deckard Cain writes in that will refresh more infrequently.
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral.
They're attacking the barricades!
The main objective for this area is to first kill 3 Wretched Mothers for lots of bonus experience, and then to kill the Wretched Handmaiden. These enemies are not as powerful as they are made out to be by the villagers, but they are still worth respecting, because they can summon a lot of dead, and if your habit is to focus on the little units before the big ones, then the Wretched Mothers are going to spew out a lot of enemies for you. The path will generally take you to the northeast. However, you also should be sure to diverge as often as you can into all the little villages and outlying areas, because there is plenty of opportunity to find cellars and wells, which contain most of your starting gear. By that, I mean that the more you do things, the more likely you are to find things. And so, you need to fill out your equipment as quickly as possible. Which means that you need to go into as many cellars and wells as possible, looking for things to put on your body, so you're not just running around naked. Cellars are prime looting locations because they often contain rares, dead bodies, and other loot-bearing things. This will help you get your character off the ground as quickly as possible. The main secondary location you're going to find is a cellar. Cellars are small dungeons where you can find a lot of enemies and often chests or treasure goblins. Treasure goblins basically work just like pinatas. You whack them until they die, and then they drop a ton of loot.
Devious little goblins have been robbing our merchants. When pursued, they simply open portals and disappear with the most aggravating chuckle.
The other location you might find on Old Tristram Road is a well. Wells are full of money and light on enemies, which makes them excellent looting opportunities. You need to get a lot of money because sometimes that vendor has the most awesome thing in the universe, and it's worth saving up to have it. Besides, the crafting system runs on money. When you reach Old Tristram, it will be marked by a checkpoint, as well as a high rate of monster spawning. In this area, you find the Wretched Queen, the first handmaiden of the Queen. She goes down fast. This is Griswold's Armaments, where sometimes there's a table in the middle of it that spawns one of the better weapons for the early game. A sword that does 8.5 damage per second along with some enchantments. It's also worth looking around the entirety of Old Tristram for an old keepsake box that tends to spawn in this area. It will drop a book which grants experience.
Days and nights of living in terror are behind us now.
When you've finished breaking every container, the best way back to New Tristram is this waypoint. Just click where you want to go. This has been the Chicken Sniper's Guide to Old Tristram Road. Thank you for watching.